Hey guys, it's Nate with Sauce Ain't the Boss here again, and today is day 16 of quitting drinking alcohol. I'm out here today in the beautiful Umpqua National Forest here in Oregon. Ouch! Almost rolled my ankle. And anyway, a wildfire came through here not too long ago and scorched this area. I mean, it used to be spectacular. It still has its own beauty after the wildfire, but definitely different than what it used to be. There's lots of waterfalls out here we've been hiking to all day. I've got my family with me. They're up ahead right now. And anyway, as I've been hiking today, I was thinking about how I first started drinking and how I thought I was in control. You have that first drink or first drinks, and maybe months go by, years go by in my case, and I never in the very beginning had much of felt like I was out of control or anything. I felt I was in control. And you know, one day I started realizing I was drinking just about every day. And I thought, well, maybe I'm starting to have a little bit of a problem, but I'm just not going to drink today. And eventually you get to that day where you tell yourself you're not going to drink, and then 4 or 5 o'clock rolls around, or whenever you normally drink, and I found myself drinking on that day, and it was at that point you realize maybe I'm a little out of control here. I'm not as in control as I thought I was. I'm feeling compelled to do this thing I really don't want to do, Told myself I wasn't going to, but I did anyway, And then you keep drinking, and eventually you end up feeling completely out of control and kind of trapped. At least that's where I was in my life. And to get to this place I am today, I realized I had to surrender my pride, my ego, my will, what I wanted, because drinking was really selfish. I have a family, and they're watching me pour this poison into my body every day, and not being who I should be as a father or a husband, not living up to my full potential, and slowly killing myself in front of them, And, it's the age old, the first step of overcoming something like this is admitting that you have a problem with it. If you just go on thinking, it's normal, everybody drinks, it's just the world we live in, and you buy into all the stuff society tells you, you're not going to get any better. You have to say at one point, really realize that I'm not in control anymore. And I thought about, are we ever really in control when we drink alcohol? Is a heroin user ever in control the first time they shoot up? That's obviously more potent, but it's alcohol is still an addictive drug that leads to dependency. So from the time we take that first drink, maybe we feel like we're in control, but if you're not careful, you definitely end up out of control. So I don't even know if we ever truly are, when you start down that path. Something to think about. I haven't made my mind up, I guess, on that one. But so, yeah, one day you wake up and you're out of control. And so then what do? You want to stop, but you can't, And so, like I'm talking about, you get to a place where you have to surrender your pride, your will. You have to admit that, hey, I got a problem with this and I need to stop. And it's painful, to get to that place. But it's a necessity if you're ever going to quit drinking, So basically with this whole process, I've put my ego and pride aside and been like, I've got a problem. I'm telling the whole world about it. And there's some shame and pride and stuff that, comes along with that. And but that's all just a bunch of BS. We're here to become the best person that we can be, and if giving up a little ego and pride means being that, then it's well worth it, And so don't let your ego or your pride or your will, what you want to do, hold you back with drinking anymore. There's lots of ways to quit drinking. Watching videos. Some people go to dry out clinics or go to AA, and maybe you only know what's going to work for you, but at the end of the day, it's never going to happen if you're holding on to your ego and your pride, and you don't ask somebody for help, or you don't admit to yourself that you have a problem. And so I guess the topic for today would just be surrender your ego, surrender your pride, just own the fact that you are where you are today. But the beautiful thing is, you don't have to be there forever. You don't have to be in that cage forever. The first step is admitting it, you know, and then from then, don't put the alcohol into your mouth anymore, and you're on your way. Now then you got to deal with all the mental stuff I've talked about at that point, but just, you know, as that stuff rolls in and rolls out, you deal with it. And that's what I've been doing for the last 16 days. And, you know, there's been ups and downs, and that's like anything in life. Learning to do anything has its ups and downs. You know, I remember learning to ride a dirt bike. You know, I crashed it a few times before I ever got good at it. And, you know, some things hurt a little bit, you know. But at the end of the day, the joy of riding that dirt bike and learning how to do it and the places I went on it far surpassed any discomfort I got from learning the ride, you know. So you just have to, you know, it's like you sacrifice the small portion in time, the beginning stages of quitting drinking alcohol, for years and years and decades, the rest of your life, of not being in a cage anymore. And you know, if you really think about it like that, I mean, I'm already starting to do more now in the 16 days than, you know, I would have never come out here today. Well, I don't want to go out that late, you know, and be out, because I'd want to get home and be drinking again, you know. So it severely stopped me from doing so many things that would have been beneficial for me or beneficial for my family, because I was just a selfish ass, you know, wanting to get inebriated every night and drown out, you know, what life really is. So just wanted to talk about that one today. And, you know, surrender, guys. Surrender your ego and your pride and what you want. And we all have that inner voice and conscience that tells us we're on a path that's no good for us. And when you get on the right path, doors start opening up, everything in life starts to be more beautiful, and you just feel more confidence, because you know without a shadow of a doubt that you're heading in a direction that you're supposed to go and that you've been putting off for so long, you know. So make the leap, surrender your pride and your ego, and stop putting the alcohol into your body, and things will start looking up. They have for me, you know. I drank for 20 years. I have 20 years of experience of what that other life is, and it ends up getting worse and worse and worse, and not a way to live, you know, not at all. So anyway, remember guys, sauce ain't the boss, you are. You guys have a great day.